Hi, I'm Nadeem. Welcome back to the channel. And in this channel, we talk about personal growth and self improvement related stuff. So, today is going to be the last part of the video series where we are reviewing one of the most successful self help books, that is, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. So, in the last two videos, we discussed about the introductory part of the book and also discussed the four laws of behavior change. And today's video is going to be about the final unit of the book, that is, the advanced tactics. How to go from being merely good to being truly great. It consists of three chapters, which are the truth about talents, when genes matter and when they don't, the Goldilocks rule, how to stay motivated in life and work, the downside of creating good habits. So, talking about the first chapter, that is the truth about talents. In this chapter, Clear explores the interplay between genetics and habits. He begins by acknowledging that genes do play a role in our abilities and inclinations. However, he emphasizes that genes are just a starting point, they just provide us a natural range of abilities. But where we fall on that natural range depends upon our habits and our environment. Clear explains that while we all have natural inclinations, true success comes from aligning your habits with your strength. For example, if someone is tall, he can excel in the field of basketball with practice, but the same genetics are considered as curse in the field of gymnastics. So, this chapter teaches us while our genes do influence our potential, it's our habits that truly determine our success. By focusing on our strength, practicing diligently, and creating a supporting environment, we can make the most of our natural abilities. Now, talking about the next chapter, that is the Goldilocks rule, how to stay motivated in life and work. In this chapter, the author explains the Goldilocks rule, which highlights that we stay motivated when working on tasks that are neither too difficult nor too easy, but just right. For example, suppose that you are an average badminton player. If you play a match against a kid, obviously you are more skilled than the kid. You are always going to win, hence, the result is predictable and the game becomes boring. Also, if you play against a professional player, now he is obviously more skilled than you. You are going to lose. Again, the result is predictable. Again, the game becomes boring and you lose interest. But if you play against a player of your own league, you win some points and you lose some points, and the game becomes interesting. Now, the thing is that we know when we play against a player where the chances of our winning and losing are equal, the game becomes more interesting and engaging. But what we don't know is that the same idea is applied to other aspects of life as well. Example in habit building. If we try to build a habit that's way too easy, we end up quitting because of getting bored. And if we similarly try to build a habit that's way too difficult, we again quit because of the difficulty. So it is important to adjust the difficulty of our task according to our abilities and skills in order to stay engaged and continuously improve without getting bored. Now, talking about the last chapter, that is the downsides of creating good habits. In this chapter, the author discusses the potential downsides of creating good habits. While habits are essential for our goals, these can also sometimes lead to negative consequences if we are not careful enough. One such downside is that habits lead to complacency. When a habit becomes automatic, we tend to stop seeking ways to improve, which leads to stagnation. Another downside is that over-reliance on routines lead to rigidity, which make us inflexible and resistant to change. And because of this, we ignore the small errors and opportunities for improvement. So, it is important to remain mindful of potential downsides and to avoid these pitfalls. Regularly review and adjust your habits, stay open to new challenges, and maintain flexibility in your routines. At last, there is a conclusion part from the book which says lasting results come from continuous improvement, habit shaping, leveraging your environment, and aligning your habits with your identity. By making small changes and surrounding yourself with supportive influence, you can achieve and maintain your goals. Now, it's time for my personal an honest review of the book. Overall, I found the book to be great and filled with valuable knowledge. Particularly, the real life examples of inspirational stories present in every chapter of the book are very compelling. They encourage you to believe in your vision and work for your dreams. However, there are some points in the book that I felt kind of unnecessary. Like, there is a technique from the book which is used to know your habits better, which is called the habit scorecard. In this, you just make a list of your daily habits and mark them as positive, negative, and neutral. It felt kind of unnecessary work to me, and in my opinion, this could be done mentally without needing to write it down. Also, I think that the book promotes a kind of work life balance approach, which I appreciate, but in my opinion, achieving great results often require a bit more hustle and hard work. So, there are times when you shouldn't prioritize feeling good and you gotta push through the challenge. Overall, I found the book Atomic Habits to be a fantastic guide for personal growth and self improvement. I highly recommend you buying a copy for yourself. The link will be given in the description below. And that wraps up our series on atomic habits. I hope you enjoyed the series and I hope you learned something new from the series. I'll see you again next week with a new book. Till then, keep growing.